What if the weapon you pick in Monster Hunter Wilds is actually making the game harder for you? Hey, I'm Hero Dre, and if you're like me, Monster Hunter can feel a little overwhelming when you first starting out. I'm no pro, but I'm determined to get better, and I'm hoping to bring you along for the ride. So to help us out, I tested 5 beginner-friendly weapons to see which ones actually help making monster hunting easier for players like us. Let's find out. First up is the Sword and Shield, and from what I can tell, it looks like it's a balanced, simple, and safe weapon choice for us noobs out here. But in actuality, when I tried it, it was so amazing. Let's talk about the offense capabilities. I didn't realize how much damage you could do if you chain together your attacks, as well as doing the back step and then jumping forward and stabbing in. You have your shield, you can use it to bash the monster, stun. It's really great. You have a lot of jumping attacks will allow you to mount monsters for additional damage. Now let's talk about the defense. Not only you have the shield where you can block, do perfect guards, and even initiate power classes, but you also have some invincibility in certain dodge moves you have, which will give you multiple ways to approach defense, which is crazy. Sometimes I felt truly invincible. Overall, turns out the Sword and Shield's ability to block, attack, and even use items without putting your weapon away is a huge win for beginners like us. Now, if you want to feel like a main character, Dual Blades might be the one for you. It's fast, flashy, and perfect for button mashers like me. Easy win, right? Well, that's what I expected. When I first used these weapons, I was so blown away about all the combos you can do, especially when you activated Demon Mode. I felt like I was flying around like an anime protagonist. It was fantastic. Also doing the little spin of death on a monster was crazy. But the thing about this weapon is you have to maintain the stamina. And I realized if you didn't have any stamina, you couldn't dodge. And well, dodging is your only way of defense. But I have to say dual blades are super fun. If you manage your stamina, you're great. If you don't, you're toast. If you're looking for range, try out the light bowgun. Its motto, stay safe, shoot from a distance, what could go wrong? Well, that's a good plan to have until the monster started rushing you, and then it's all panic. Some positive about the bowgun is you don't have to worry about keeping your weapon sharp because you're just shooting. That's a great thing. The negative about it is you have to maintain your different bullets, and what bullets you can use is based on what weapon you have. So you have to definitely pay attention to what you have equipped. In addition, when monsters are close to you, you got to know when to dodge and reposition yourself. So I definitely recommend using the light bowgun for ranged builds, but you need to manage your ammo and positioning. If you could do that, it really feels amazing. Next weapon I'm going to describe in 4 words. Big sword, big damage. The great sword is an amazing weapon. If you're looking to see those big triple-digit numbers when you hit monsters, the great sword is for you. The only negative about it is it is slow and it takes a long time to charge up the attacks, but once you learn how to fully utilize the tackle button as well as guarding, it becomes a monster destroyer. You have to show great patience and aim when using your attack, because if you whiff your attack, that leaves you open for a monster strike. Overall, the greatsword taught me patience is everything, but landing that big hit is totally worth it. For the people who want to be a tank and just survive monster hits, look no further than the Lance. Now, before you say anything, I know a lot of people expect that you just hide behind the shield and poke things, but that could be further than the case. Yes, the shield is a big part of your moveset, but you can also do powerful counter attacks. You can actually be aggressive with it. I appreciate having the shield because it allowed me to tank a lot of hits that I couldn't do with my other weapon choices. Honestly, this was one of my favorite weapons to use, especially when I was playing by myself. It felt like I had extra armor glued to my body, and honestly, that's exactly what I needed to survive some of these hunts. For someone who likes to panic a lot like me, Lance feel like a cheat code for defense. Now, after testing all these weapons, for me, number 1 has to be the Lance. The fact that I can counterattack and do damage is amazing. A close second for me would be the Sword and Shield because it's easy and super forgiving. Not to mention I could do a little bit of everything, attack, defense, and have a little bit of mobility. But hey, that's just what works for me. Which weapon do you think is best for beginners? Now here's your challenge. Pick one of these weapons, take down a monster, and tell me how it went in the comments. I'll shout out my favorite stories in the next video. If you're an RPG rookie like me, hit subscribe and let's keep learning together, because if I can survive Monster Hunter, you can too.